Evictions in the Metro Phoenix area increased again in July, leaving many without a home as temperatures soared to record highs. Eviction rates last month were 30% higher than July of 2019, which was prior to the COVID pandemic. To talk about the public health implications of all this, we welcome Will Humble. He's Executive Director, the Arizona Public Health Association. Will Humble, good to have you here. This all revolves around this 1973 Landlord and Tenant Act. What is that?
Right. So back in 1973, when I had a paper route, I was delivering the Scottsdale Progress when this bill passed. Governor Jack Williams signed it. It's called the Arizona Residential Landlord and Tenant Act. And that law from 1973 is the law that's still in place. And if you look at the details of it, it very much tilts towards landlords and against tenants, in my opinion.
Okay, streamlines the process for landlords, does it not?
To evict, right.
Yes. As for tenants, it makes it so quick that what you're saying, they have no time to prepare, no time to do anything. They're out in the street before they know it.
Like it from the start, if you fall behind on your payments and you get your 5-day notice, you're in court within 6 days. Depending on the court schedule, you could be out of your apartment in less than 30 days. It could be 3 weeks and you're gone. And if that happens in June, July, or August, that's potentially lethal if you don't have a plan B.
Is there a general idea of how many folks are left homeless here during the summer months?
I don't think, at least I haven't found anything that gives the details of that. But as Catherine Rieger's story pointed out, there's about 8,000 eviction notices per month that go out in the Phoenix area, 83,000 last year. Those are the eviction notices. A lot of people fall behind on their rent and they just leave because they don't want an eviction notice and adjudication on their record.
Right.
Because then they'll never be able to find another apartment.
Okay, so Arizona's got this antiquated law as you see it. You want to see some changes here. I know Colorado and Minnesota have made kind of change. Are those models to look at these two states are good models?
Right. So one of the things Minnesota has is you can't evict people in the middle of the winter. So what we could use here in the Southwest Desert is like a June, July, and August exception from moratorium. Also, Colorado has mandatory mediation, so it's not just this diamond lane fast track to eviction. There's a process, a more fair process in place in that state. So I think we could really learn from some of these other states that have got a more balanced landlord and tenant act and law. We'll see if that ever happens in this state. I'm not going to hold my breath.
It sounds like Minnesota, although landlords must show just cause.
Right.
You can't just evict arbitrarily. Is that the idea here?
Right. So in Arizona, it's like if you fall behind on the rent, like I said, you get 5 days. Your landlord in 5 days can file the notice, and then you're off to court. So there's not a mediation in the middle like there's in Colorado. There's no just cause documentation. Now, if you could tell the judge, they didn't fix this, that, or the other inside and maybe get the judge to not evict you right away. But it's a real fast track in the state. And I think, I don't have the data for it, but in the middle of the summer, that's a real lethal cocktail.
Well, and that makes it a public health situation, something that you think needs to be addressed.
Correct.
Okay. As far as having it addressed, is the legislature, is there the will? I thought we had all sorts of eviction moratoriums there during the pandemic. What happened to those?
That was a federal order. The CDC, Center for Disease Control and Prevention, actually did that using federal authority for the federal public health emergency. And so that was the eviction moratorium you're talking about. That ended when President Biden ended the public health emergency.
And real quickly, is there the will at the legislature to do anything about this? Is that starting to get some attention down there?
Well, we'll find out in November, right? This legislature had no interest in anything like this. I just want the public to understand that we're working with the 1973 law that's really tilted toward landlords. And it's part of the reason why we have as much homelessness as we have. And it's part of why we had 645 deaths last summer in Maricopa
Will Humble,
County.
Arizona Public Health Association. Will, good to see you. Thanks for joining us.
My pleasure.